major with the Dallas Police Department. I've been employed with Dallas for 32 years.
Okay. How long of a law enforcement career in total?
In total, 32 years.
32 years. Okay. Okay. Well, first off, man, just to kind of jump into it, why Little Rock? What interested you about the police chief position in Little Rock, Arkansas?
Well, of course, I'm from Arkansas. I grew up in Holly Grove, Arkansas, and went to the University of Central Arkansas. So anytime a position of such comes up in the Little Rock area, it's of interest to me. I have family that live in Little Rock, so I'm always interested in the things that's happening in Little Rock.
What do you know about Little Rock in terms of recent news and current leadership in the city of Little Rock? What have you been able to keep up with, and what do you know about it?
Well, I just keep up with what's going on in the papers, basically. I know they did have excellent leadership. I like the things that Chief Buckner did while he was there. I know that Little Rock has hundreds of capable officers. I know the challenges that Little Rock officers face is the same challenges that police departments face all over the United States. We, both the community and the police department, just need to continue to work together to move relationships forward and improve quality of life for citizens living in our cities.
And speaking of, you kind of brought up challenges Little Rock has. So here in this first month of 2019, Little Rock has seen 9 homicides here in the first 31 days of 2019. When you hear that statistic and you hear about that in a city of Little Rock's size, how big of a hurdle is that? How much of a challenge is that?
I think when you talk about one homicide, it's a challenge. Again, what we need to do is find the best tools that we can and deploy them in our neighborhoods to make sure that the people that's living in our neighborhoods feel comfortable, and make sure that the officers out to make sure that their police in the areas are comfortable with the tools that they have. That's the number when you look at 21st century policing, and you're talking about legitimacy and oversight and technology and education. Those are the things that you're getting at the core of the way that we should be moving as a law enforcement agency.
One of the things I was going to ask you about is just what do you want to know more about when you think of Little Rock? Are there any things you are curious about? Any questions you have about Little Rock law enforcement? What do you want to know more about?
I think I just mentioned how we're moving forward as far as 21st century policing, and when I talk about that, I'm talking about how we treating the officers, how we treating the citizens, how we combating crime, how we dealing with juveniles, how we interfacing with the city leaders, how accessible is the police department, and how we connecting with our communities.
One of the things Chief Buckner brought up in an interview as he left the department was the challenges that the department has in terms of race within the department and within the community. When you hear that being a challenge, what do you think, how do you think you could handle that or tackle that, and has that been something you've encountered in your career in a place like Dallas?
Well, me and Dallas, me and Little Rock, we're not existing in a vacuum. We look across our nation and we see those same challenges. What we need to do is make sure that we have collaborative effort to find the best next step to solve whatever racial problems or crime problems that are out there. No one can do it alone. Each city borrows cities, they borrow from other theories, whatever it takes to get to the point that we need to get to. Those are the steps that we need to take, whether it's rape or just combating crime.
Have you spoken to the mayor of Little Rock, Frank Scott Jr.? Have y'all spoken personally?
No, I haven't met the mayor at this point.
Okay. What about Chief Buckner? Is that someone you've spoken to personally? Did you know him?
No, I haven't spoken to Chief Buckner. Don't know Chief Buckner.
Okay. Okay. Was it a surprise to you to learn that you were part of the group that are top 10 finalists?
Ideas. Once you get to this point, you understand that you're competing against the best. I'm thrilled to have an opportunity to be one of the top 10. Like I say, I put my best foot forward just as I would do if I would get this job. It's an honor.
And just lastly, just to kind of wrap it up, how badly do you want this job? How much level of interest and all of that goes into this for you? How bad do you want it?
This is one of the first jobs that I applied for. Like I said, when I saw that the job was open, it was very attractive to me. And anything in the Little Rock area is attractive to me. But the capital city, yeah, I'm very interested in landing this job.
Anything else you want to add? Anything else that you think the people of Little Rock might want to know about you? Anything that you want to share with them?
Just want to make sure Little Rock knows that anytime I have an opportunity to interface with them, whether it's a town hall or whatever it is, I will make myself available to market what I think I can bring to Little Rock. Go from there.
And I was going to say, if you want to just get a few B-roll shots, how might your experience in Dallas, which is a really big city, how might that translate to a city like Little Rock, and what do you feel like you've learned in a place like Dallas that prepares you for a capital city like Little Rock?
Well, Little Rock has some of the same problems and issues that Dallas, a big city in the United States, have. Crime perspective, we've went through spikes in crimes, and we found ways to reduce crime from a community perspective. We've been very successful in making sure that the Dallas Police Department and its employees were accessible to the citizens. And from an officer perspective, I think Dallas is one of the leading organizations when you talk about officer wellness and making sure that we have resources to make sure that our officers are strong.
And you mentioned you're originally from Arkansas, from this area. How often, or if any, do you travel to Little Rock? Have you been here recently? Anything of that nature?
Oh, there you are. Yes, I come through quite often. As a matter of fact, I just left Little Rock. No, my mom's in Baptist Hospital, so I just finished visiting her. And like I said, I went to school at the University of Central Arkansas. My hometown is Holly Grove, Arkansas. I have several relatives in the Little Rock area. I visit them quite often.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Well, again, I think that's all I've got. Unless there's anything else you want to add, anything else you want to say?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be one of the top 10 finalists, and I'm going to put my best foot forward, and I can't wait to meet the officers of the Little Rock Police Department. I definitely can't wait to meet the citizens in Little Rock.
Good deal. Well, sir, I appreciate your time.